Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. D. Eric Body Beats. It's a vibe. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Caresnone Beto podcast, episode 9.
Ish.
I think it's 9. Is it 9 or 10?
It should be 10.
I am your. We
Oh, sorry.
No, yeah, we're going to talk about that. I am your host, Chris Caresnone Campbell, and it's my co-host, Matt Michael Jack.
Oh, thank you. It sounds so good coming out
It's really hard
coming out of
saying
your
it.
mouth.
I have to think about saying it correctly. That's
You know
fucked
what?
up.
I'm going to be 39 in May, and I still have to think about it.
That's fucked up, and that's your name.
And it is exactly. It's been my name for as long as I've been alive.
All right, so this is going to be a doozy.
A doozy.
This is going to be a doozy. I was telling you off air that I have a lot of things that we can discuss. But I think the first thing we should at least get out the way is the tragic, hideous passing of Kobe Bryant and his daughter and the rest of the people that were on that plane or helicopter.
I didn't realize how many people were on that thing until, a day or two ago. Because when it first came out, it was just, they originally reported just 5 people, right? Kobe, his daughter's friend, her parent, and then the pilot. But then there's a total of 9 or 10 people.
I think it was 9 all day of what I thought.
Right, because there were other children and parents that were all going to this travel basketball game. Right?
And here's what's fucked up. I was never a huge Kobe guy. I liked him, and I respected his greatness, But I was a LeBron guy, and he was always the guy who was comparable. So I would always kind of diminish him just for the argument of helping LeBron. But as a man, he's killing it, What I did not realize when he passed, I would say in my 35 years, about to be 36 on Sunday.
Oh, really?
Super Bowl Sunday, yeah.
Happy early birthday.
Yeah, February 2nd.
February 2nd.
I didn't realize.
Isn't that Groundhog's Day?
It is Groundhog's Day. Do you even know that story? Something about the
Punxsutawney Phil?
Yeah, Punxsutawney Phil. Now, the movie Groundhog's Day was a great movie.
Well, I'm very familiar with the movie and Bill Murray, of course.
So going back to Kobe, I'm gonna try to circle back.
Yeah, I got you. No, we're good.
I didn't realize he's probably the biggest death to me personally, celebrity big death in my life, personally.
Michael Jackson doesn't count.
And he's the argument. He was the one. The Princess Diana, I remember, was huge.
That was the one I was gonna go to.
Prince was huge. But just personally, because I'm such a basketball guy, and because he is a stud, I mean, he's arguably up there. I don't think most people won't say he was number 1, but he is definitely arguably.
Unless you live in L.A.
And they definitely love him.
Right.
And I didn't realize that still affects me today, personally. And
what affects you personally still today?
That he's gone. And
I got you.
And I'll see these, and it's been all over social media. You've seen it. And it's
does that bother you?
What?
It all over social media. Everybody posting rest in peace, Kobe.
No.
People who probably don't care didn't. I don't know. Everybody comes out of the woodwork when something like this happens and shares their 2 cents as if it really affects them.
And is there some people probably bullshit? Maybe it is what it is. But I could argue that the bigger that is, the more of an impact that person has. Just kind of like for instance, most people aren't a Bulls fan in Chicago, but when they start winning, there's going to be more Bulls fans. It's just kind of the way it is.
Sure.
But it just shows, to me, here's what I got most from his death. Now, obviously, his death is hideous, especially the way it happened. And all those other people, like Michael Jackson, there was some spiraling in his life. Prince, there was some spiraling.
Right.
He was actually going up,
right,
which is crazy.
Yeah,
he was actually getting even doper.
Yeah.
And then the little girl and shit, and it's and it was just a freak accident.
Did you see the video of the helicopter actually crashing, the cell phone video that was out on?
No, I did not know there was an actual no.
Yeah, of it tumbling in the air, hitting the ground.
No, okay, I've read somewhere that there might not have been accurate.
That what might not have been accurate?
That specific. I didn't see anything, but then I read some comments saying that's not the real thing. The internet.
Oh, gotcha.
With the internet, you never know.
Someone showed me at work and just said, "Did you see the Kobe crash?" And I said, "No." They showed it to me on their phone.
I just fucking hideous.
Yeah, it really was. It looked like it was out of a movie. The way it was tumbling through the air, you could tell it was going down, and then when it hit the ground, it exploded into a ball of fucking flames.
That one's hard for me, man.
Yeah.
And it's so I remember when I was asleep. I was asleep, taking a nap, and
I was gonna say, wasn't this like during the day?
Yeah, I was like taking a nap. I had went out the night before or something, and then I got like a couple of texts, ding 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 ding, and I'm like whatever. But it was time to get up. I had been sleeping for about an hour. Or whatever.
Right.
And I look, and the first thing I read literally was Kobe is dead, and I'm like,
what?
Like, how do you like? What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't register that kind of shit at all.
Oh yeah, when I first heard about it, I thought it was just some internet bullshit.
It is always
like a hoax or a joke or something.
And those happen a lot.
They do.
So then I'm sitting there like, and I'm still disoriented because I'm half asleep.
Right.
So I'm like, what the fuck? What?
And shaking off the cobwebs or whatever you did the night before.
Right. Yeah, it was a long night. And then I'm like, well, the first thing you go on social media, you're gonna find out quick on there. And I'm like, wait a minute. It wasn't like it is now where it's like everybody. It was like a couple. And I'm like, shut up. Like, what? Kobe? He's like 10 seconds older than me.
Right.
You're like 30 years older than him.
He was like 10 seconds older than me.
No, but
he was 41.
But so going back to the point, the reason why it's not a good thing. It's a weird way to phrase this, but I try to see positive from all shit.
Find the silver lining.
I try to find the silver lining. It's a good way to put it. One thing he was dope about was that work ethic shit. Like that whole Mamba mentality thing.
Well, most people that find themselves in a position of greatness, as he did, or other people on that same echelon of greatness, they probably all have that in common, right?
Yeah, but he like preached it. That was like his thing. The whole Black Mamba, that whole thing was.
Yeah, I guess I mean I knew that was his nickname, but I didn't know that there was a thing behind that.
Yeah, that whole Black Mamba thing was like you just got to be ferocious. You got to go fucking do it. You got to be on it. And it actually, in these last couple days since it's happened, in a weird way, it's helped me finish some things that I was like didn't want to do because I was tired and it was like, and I'm being dead serious thinking about him. I'm like, oh, what would Kobe do? Almost, you know what I'm saying? I'm dead serious. I've been thinking about this.
WWKD.
And that's a thing. That's like a hashtag right now. So big shout out to Kobe and his family and his wife. Oh, think about that shit. Now the wife and the other kids. Oh, and then like the other family lost.
Gotta bury a husband and a daughter, or a father and a sister, for that family, and then the other 4 families with the pilot or whatever it was. I mean, the whole thing's fucked up, man. Tragic. Absolutely fucking tragic.
It's one of the, like I said, in my lifetime, it's one of the worst things that I've.
Money doesn't guarantee you eternity.
God damn. That's another silver lining in this. It's like, you better go live it because, and even that though, even if you live it and you crush it, it can still happen.
Right. You could be Kobe taking your private helicopter with your daughter to a travel basketball game. Life is great. And then what the fuck?
Now, do you know anything about the details or anything? I'm sure everyone's heard 1,000 things about this, but
I personally do not. I don't know if we talked about this before, but I no longer have like live television. We cut the cord, we stream stuff, and I don't get a lot of news, which sucks because I rely on social media for news, which is probably a terrible fucking thing to rely on news for.
I would argue the social media is probably quicker than news.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, but I guess I see a lot of posts, right? So then from there, I have to discern what I want to look into as far as news. You know, you're reading posts from people. I mean, that could be all sorts of fucking bullshit.
Yeah, all right. But then now you have the choice. Whereas if you're watching a newscast, you're only given what they're giving to you.
Right.
Well, now you can say, that's interesting. Like for instance, a little off topic, my buddy Mike brought this up to me last night, and I'm a big Joe Rogan guy.
I've heard that. You've mentioned his name once or twice
big
before.
Joe Rogan guy. Supposedly, he's getting some backlash for some racism type shit.
Really?
Yeah. So and then Mike was like, you got to check this out, man. You got to look into it because I've been hearing some things. You know, he's supporting Bernie. I'm like, all right, fine. He does support Bernie, but who gives a fuck who he's supporting? You know?
Right.
I'm like, my buddy Steve kind of fucks with Trump. I know I know you don't think crazy, so it's all bullshit.
Right.
So I went and I read a couple of the like headlines, and I'm like, okay, people out, that's a thing. People think this. But then I saw the clip, and this is what happened. This is back in his day. It was still on his podcast, but it was super early. And he
so it was a podcast thing, not a stand-up thing?
No, it was a podcast.
Okay.
The stand-up thing would be way easier to deal with because it's a fucking joke. But the podcast is more real, you know. He said something along the lines of, we were going somewhere to go see the movie Planet of the Apes, like the actual movie.
Right.
And then somebody gave him, and I'm paraphrasing, I'm probably fucking most of this up. But then he was
Caresnone.
Caresnone. He was going to this area where it was like kind of bad supposedly, and it was like a bunch of blacks. It was like he would be the only white. Him and his boy was only whites. And he made a comment like, "We're going to see the Planet of the Apes. We fucking walked into the Planet of the Apes." That's what he said. He goes, you know. But then literally he said that. He goes, first of all, that was completely fucked up. Like that's kind of fucked. Like that's not even. And don't get it twisted. Like it was a great experience.
Right.
You know, and like just it was disarmed. So even if you felt something, if you just watched the whole thing in context, he ain't a piece of shit.
Right.
And you, I'm sure if you didn't have a camera on, or if you did have a camera and a mic, and you and your whole life, me and my whole life, me and my buddies, I'm sure we've all tested some shit that you can twist.
Oh, if you edit and cut, you know,
make us
you,
all
you
like
can
anything,
fit that into whatever narrative you're trying to push.
of anything ever, probably.
Absolutely.
You can say that I hate blacks, and you know what I'm saying. You can make me feel like I'm a Hitler lover. I'm sure you could probably take what I just said right now and make that a thing.
Absolutely.
So you can't. I don't know. When it comes back to the news, circling back.
Hey. Getting better at it.
I think that social media. Oh, another thing about the Kobe thing. Supposedly, the police were upset. I read this because TMZ put the new information. I mean, they're always on it. TMZ's own it. Like
every first thing that I saw, like on Facebook, it was always the link was always TMZ reporting.
Yeah, TMZ was on that first for sure. And but I guess the police were pissed off because they put it out before they were alerted the family. So the family had to see that shit on the news and the internet before. And like, could you imagine that? So that's a little fucked up. So like, where's the integrity from TMZ? Like, you know, they don't have to. Is there a law? I don't know. Is there a law that you have to inform them?
I'm sure probably not, but I mean, that's like, I think that's part of the cutthroat industry that social media has created, good or bad, but everyone's fighting to be the first because no one, you know, who the hell knows? I mean, someone could have been watching from afar as a reporter with their cell phone and just, you know, they could have reported it. Like, I don't know.
And
everyone's just trying to be the first on everything.
Could you imagine that's how you found out that, like, I died? Through social? Well, not if you were. No, it had to be more work. It had to be something serious. Not to put that on you, knock on wood, but.
Right. No. I know what you're saying, and no, that would be a terrible way to find out.
I mean, there's no good way to find out.
That is also, you know what? In the grand scheme of things, that is also true.
Like, I don't want to find that shit out.
Right.
But you know what? It's going. We've talked about this in the past. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It don't have to happen as tragic. Hopefully, it happens when we're laid down in our bed, old and shit, and you know. But it's going to happen.
Well, yep. Time takes us all, man.
Oh god damn! Unless there's some new technology or some shit, I'm still banking on that. I'm banking on the technology.
Well, if we're living in the what do you
the simulation theory?
Yes, if we live in the simulation theory,
I'm really into that.
And we learn how to control the simulation, we can live forever.
All right, let me get off this topic for a second. That shit's fucked up. I've been watching so much YouTube on that shit.
Too much YouTube.
We got the camera working.
Yes, we got the camera working.
4K.
So, are you gonna post this with the video? Is this gonna be the first one, or is this? Or we're just kind of trial run with the camera, see how it all works out?
If I figure the shit out, then it's just going. Like, why not? Yeah, put it out.
Oh, so to be determined.
I mean, if it's physically capable, if I can physically do it, it's coming out. I mean, it's high quality.
Because recently you've had some issues with technology and
that's our
trying to get some shit rolling.
You want to try to chime in on that? I'm gonna let you tell that story.
Well, I don't know. What you want me to tell that story?
All right, I'll tell it.
I'm just co-hosting. I'll chime in.
Here's what happened.
It was a great experience. See what happened.
What happened was. All right, so last Monday?
Yeah, last Monday.
You and I had got together and said we're going to do a podcast.
Yes, we did.
So then we had it set up for Monday. And then De'Eric had hit me up like a day later and said, hey, man, what's up with Monday? I'm available. You know, can I get on the podcast?
Right.
My first thought was, oh, shit. And don't forget, I only had the setup for the two people at the time.
Right.
So I said, well, damn, like, Matt's coming already, but I guess if you want to come and meet him, because it'll be the first time y'all met.
Right.
And then, you know, you say what's up, watch it, and then you get on after.
Yeah,
know,
and you had got us on a group text. That sounded cool, though. I mean, it
yeah,
sounded cool. Like the three
totally
of us here,
worked.
yeah, I'll meet and just, you know, have a couple drinks, watch each other do everything. And, like, it sounded like that already sounded like it was going to be a fun time.
It would have been a great time regardless.
Right.
Something got into me. And
Little
I was,
something,
and I
something.
was like, you know what? Let me try to figure this out. So I went and bought the fucking new thing to get the situation going. We can do more than 2. I was like, fuck it, let's go in. I went and bought these fucking. I wanted to do the same Beats.
Right, got the new Beats
So
headphones.
I got well, they were used Beats.
Well, the new used Beats headphones.
The new used Beats headphones. I went from the Facebook Marketplace. You ever use that shit?
Yeah.
It's shockingly awesome.
Right.
You can find. I actually, as a matter of fact, I'm about to sell some shit. You let me know. Yeah, sell you some shit.
All right. Well, what you got? Or do I got to find it on my Facebook?
Yeah,
feed?
no, you got to go on your app.
All
You
right,
just
all
got to
right.
click in, right? Take a yeah. But so I bought the shit to make it happen. Got the and I'm like, oh man, I went and got the fucking another boom arm thing, which I know you like better than this, right?
The one that you had me on.
yeah,
I did like it better.
Yeah.
I was able to stand. I mean, I could stand on this too, but I don't know. It was a little more comfortable.
Yeah, and I feel like you have a little bit more control that way.
Yes, it was a little easier to manipulate. This you got.
We gonna figure this out. We gonna
figure.
I'm gonna try to
Whatever,
figure
man. It's
this
all
out.
good. I'm always happy to be here.
We gonna figure this out. So, anyways, I said, you know what? And I didn't tell him. I just told y'all in the group thread. I got a little surprise
A little
for y'all.
surprise.
So I'm like, stay strong, brother. Don't tell him. Don't. I wanted to tell you.
So excited. I'm sure.
I was so excited. So, mind you, the piece that I had before is called an audio interface. What that does is it allows these condenser microphones to go into this machine to put into the computer. So you need like this like middleman, so to
Right.
speak, for like the nicer microphones. And so I bought, and it's literally the same thing, just a bigger version. So I'm thinking, in the last version, it was literally
Same company. Too,
same
right?
company.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
literally looks the same color, everything. It's just more of the outputs.
Right.
So I'm thinking, oh, it should be easy.
This is the new one we're plugged into now.
Using,
okay.
Yeah, we're doing the new one now, but it's still only 2, so I still got to figure out the 3 thing. But
I
whatever.
gotcha.
So, anyways, so I get him in here, and then I'm like, oh shit, look, I had it set up, ready to go, and it was
Right.
like this thing. De'Aaron claimed he knew. I was like, how did you know? He goes, well, no, it makes sense. I don't know. It was like-
I see. I thought it was the camera. I thought you had gotten. I thought because you kept talking about the camera. It never dawned on me that the 3 of us were going to be here. You got
it worked a little bit to that degree.
Yeah.
So we get in here, and first and foremost, it took us about an hour and a half.
It took a minute.
It took like a good.
It took
hour
a minute and a few drinks.
and a few drinks to set it up because it was not plug and play like the old one.
Right.
There was shit I had to download and I
Register
register and all kind of shit. And we've been drinking and shit.
Right. Passwords and
So I'm like, oh, we couldn't figure shit out. But then finally, we thought we figured it out.
right.
It felt. We not all come
No.
to
Yeah.
agreement?
We were all able to hear each other. The mics were all working. You were seeing your little get up on the screen there.
I was like, we got it.
It looked like it was supposed to look, at least in my eyes.
My eyes too, shit.
Right.
So we're doing it, and we had a phenomenal fucking podcast. Would you agree?
And it went so quick.
It was like it was our longest. I think it was an hour and a half.
It was almost an hour. Yeah, it was probably about an hour and a half, and it literally like flew by. It felt like 20 fucking minutes, if that.
Oh man, and it was fun. It was in depth. It was deep. We were willing to go back and forth.
It was easy. It
super
was
easy.
seamless, man. It was good. It was so good.
So we end the podcast. De'Aaron has to go because it was getting a little late at this point because we jagged the fucking hour and a half.
I didn't get home till almost 3 that morning.
Yeah, right. It was
I got a little lip from the wife.
my bad. My bad, Miss Wife.
Love you, baby.
So what happened was, so they left, and I always listen to them. I told you, just to make sure.
Right.
That's why.
Absolutely.
It was so fucking distorted. It was so trash. It was like, it felt like I was playing a record backwards or something. It was like really bad. Yeah, and I'm like, what? I'm like, no, and I'm trying to figure out how. I'm like, did I do something? Oh no! I'm like,
Yeah, because you said you were going to try to clean it up.
I was like, see what I could fix it.
No, there was no fixing it.
So that just jagged, and not only was I heard that you drove the. So I talked to Steve. I've talked to you. Talked to De'Aaron. You guys, and I also agree with this. We still had a great time.
Yes.
Ultimately, that's all that fucking really matters.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, But I personally felt bad because it was something. It felt like a mistake that I wasn't prepared for. And because, why would you think it was like the same thing? You know what I'm saying? It was like, all I got to do is just 2 more inputs.
Right.
Why would you think
I'm just adding 1 more microphone.
Right,
Why would this be so much more difficult?
Right. There was a way more thing to it. So, I again, I'm going to just officially apologize on air.
Apology accepted.
I'm sorry.
And the handshake.
But
I got the verbal and the physical apology.
Oh, man. So, here it is what it is, and then but what Mike said, excuse me, what Steve said was, that's growing pains, brother.
Right.
Shit happens, and it's the stick-to-itiveness that, because I can see it. That's
stick-to-itiveness. I like that.
That was super deflating to me. It was like, are you kidding me? And it was the second time that's kind of happened to a degree. We were able to fix it with me and De'Ara. It wasn't you.
Mm-mm.
And we had to do another podcast. It still worked out, but we were super fucking drunk. You could tell words are slurred a little bit. It was fun. People still enjoyed it, but
hey, but the silver lining of that situation the last week is all three of us got together for the first time, and it was and we know that we had fun.
Right.
That we know that three of us together, talking together on air, on the mic, like it was good.
Right. Super, it was and it was super easy.
Right.
Which means it's going to happen again.
Exactly.
So that was that.
And maybe someday, Chris will release the distorted, terrible version of that.
I do have it.
Of that verse.
I do have it, but it was awful.
It'll be on the extra cuts.
But it's a really cool thing in hindsight, especially now that you're back and you're not like, fuck this guy.
What a clown. Because
that shit will happen whenever you start anything new, man, especially when you really don't. Like, I'm not very computer literate. I really don't know what I'm doing. As a matter of fact, I had to buy to another point, I had to buy a new computer today to get the capability of playing the 4K camcorder.
Which is so damn sexy.
Isn't it sexy? Look at the quality.
Hey, white boy dance.
No, but it would not have worked had I not, because my computer was just too slow for it. So I've been going, so the last couple of days, I've been trying to figure out, I've been asking people at work, what do I do? What do I do? Should I buy a separate component? You know what? We're going to pause for a second.
Pausing.
And I'm learning all this shit on the fly.
Nor am I.
Right. So we're just learning this shit on the fly, And so I had to buy this fucking computer. Man, and tell me that's a scary thing when you're about to spend some serious money on something. And you don't want to buy the wrong thing, because if you buy the wrong thing, then you just jag that money.
Right.
It was a process.
How did you come to decide on choosing this particular camera?
Funny story. So, all right, this is actually a great story. So my buddy Mark, you haven't met Mark yet.
I don't believe I have.
You will eventually. So I was already wanting to do a camcorder to some degree. So
right.
I'm I want to do it. I want to do it high quality. I have a DSLR camera, but as we've talked about it many times,
which is a good camera.
Great camera.
Right.
And
it served you very well for a very long time.
And it still could serve me well for stuff too. It was just that for these go long.
Right.
And that stops at 20 minutes, which we talked about.
Right.
Anyways, so I was in the market for it. And then and my buddy Mark goes, hey man, you know anything about camcorders and cameras? I'm like, I mean, not really, but I know probably more than the average person because I'm in the market too. He's like, man, I'm about to get me one. A nice one. I'm about to go in. I'm like, why? What are you doing?
Why?
He doesn't he's like, this is what he said. Now, to his credit, his mother passed away this year. And he kind of was telling me how he didn't have enough. He wished he had more things to go back and look, which totally makes sense because my mother's no longer with us, and I would have loved to be able to go back. I have almost nothing.
Right.
So to that degree, yes. But you don't need to buy a fucking WGN ass
right.
camcorder.
You're not carrying that around at Sunday dinner.
He was told from some guys that are into this whole thing at his job, which is funny.
What's his job?
He's a maintenance supervisor. He's the big dog at a school. He runs the maintenance department or some shit of some district something.
Gotcha.
And they said, look, if you're going to get a camcorder, either the camera phones are good enough now where either you stay low with a phone or you go big, but any of that shit in the middle is kind of like a waste of your time. And I've heard that a lot of people say that about a lot of shit, so I was like, you know what? All right. So then he bought it. He bought it before I did.
Same one?
Same exact one.
Oh, wow.
So he was like, bro, I bought this one. And so I did my research on the one he bought, and I'm like, it's kind of nice. But damn, it's $2,500. Goddamn. I'm like, damn, why do you, it makes more sense for me because I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to put my shit out there.
Right.
You're just doing this for recitals and shit like that. It's kind of vicious. Why you got to get the fucking 4K for a recital?
You find the value in it.
Right, but he did it, and he got a little bit of money in his pocket, so he did it. So then I bought one that it was a Panasonic HCX 1000. he had the Panasonic HCX1. Me, because I'm illiterate to all this shit, I'm thinking, oh, it's the same thing, and I got it for $500 cheaper, right? That's what I'm thinking. So then I ordered it on Amazon, and it's coming. But then something told me, go check and see, why is it $500 cheaper? Because we both thought. So I'm texting him. He's like, no, it's the same. It looks exactly the same.
Right. It looks the same. It must be the same.
It must be the same. No, but this one's very clearly better. $500 better. And like this.
His is?
Well, at the time it was his because I had the 1,000. He had the 1. And you would think 1,000 would mean more, but no.
Right. That's where I got confused.
1,000 was the lower tier.
I gotcha.
So so I canceled that and just said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get the same one because then him and I were talking and maybe we'll get into some other shit. He can help me with some of this shit and I can help him with things, whatever he wants to do. Maybe we'll do some weddings or something.
Right.
And make like a little side money. Now we have two quality, and now we both know exactly how to use each other.
Yep.
So I was like, you know what?
That makes sense.
I'll get the same one he is, and he's one of my brothers. So it just makes sense to get the same one. And plus, he's not the brightest. He's gonna see it. I love you, Mark. You ain't the sharpest tool in the chair. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah.
I don't know you, but I love you too.
Great guy. So that's how I came to this one. I said, fuck it. And so then I bought this the TV on top. But tell me that wasn't a good idea based on what you know of the situation.
No, absolutely. And especially sitting here looking at that versus the little pull-out viewfinder.
It's an inch and a half, 2 inches.
Yeah.
You can't see if it's clear. You can't see but now you can clearly see. And like we were talking about, they have a thing you can put on your phone, so I can look at my phone as a viewfinder.
Yeah, you got to download that and show me
but
that next time.
There's other pieces I gotta buy. I gotta buy more shit.
You got to buy more shit to look at it on your phone?
Yeah, it's like I know
something that hooks up to the
camcorder,
so you can receive it on your phone.
Yeah.
It's probably just an app on your phone, but it's somehow that's how they talk.
Yep. So that's how I have to do it. And listen, it's not the end of the world because I have a feeling based on what it looks like that looks pretty quality.
Looks very quality.
Right, it looks crisp.
Looks better than the TV I have at home, and it's 90% smaller than my TV.
But it's like super clear. And so I want to ask y'all watching this, if y'all could respond, like, what y'all think about these pictures? Now this is the first episode. I just always had these in my house. Do y'all think, and these are going to stay in there until I get something else back there, but should they be even? Should they be level? What do you think?
Well, you can't really see them because right now they're literally behind both of our heads.
Yeah, that's a good point. So maybe that was dumb too. So maybe they should be offset a little bit.
Either offset or you need bigger artwork behind us. So we're like in the middle of the artwork. Right now we're covering up the artwork.
Well, you know what? I don't even know why we're talking about that because this is where those velvet fucking curtains come in.
That's true. So never mind.
Save your comments. My bad. Don't mention anything about these fucking pictures that I bought from like Walmart for $8.
Unless you want to buy them for $9.
No, I'll push them for about 10.
$10. There you go. 10 with an autograph.
No, so yeah, I don't know. I'm super. This is in the fact that I spent so much money. Here's another thing I fucking learned. You gotta. When it comes to like some new shit, especially when you're spending some money on some professional shit, you gotta really put some research in it, but then it comes to a point where you're doing too much research and then you don't pull the trigger.
You don't pull the trigger, right? We've talked about that before. My paralysis of analysis. Yeah, so it always gets me.
But then on the flip side, then you end up buying shit, then you don't have it. So I've had the camcorder for like 3 weeks now, and this is the first time I'm using it.
Really, the first time tonight?
The first time tonight.
Wow.
I'm actually using it for content.
I gotcha.
Because
you fucked around with it.
Well, so when I first got it, I thought that the SD card that I had for my DSLR, again, illiterate to this shit.
Right.
I'm like, oh, it's the same fucking one. I put it in there. So I got the camera. I'm like, oh shit, I'm about to start playing with it. Put it in. This not the right format. I'm like, oh, you kidding me?
You need the $125 SD card.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Actually, if Amazon is what's up. Even though it's taking jobs and shit and it's kind of fucked up, it's like it's really bad.
But if you want something delivered next day, Amazon is where you need to be.
Like you can, like the good prices. I feel like you can find good prices. I bought a used card, and it's like one of the better ones for like $40. But I went to Target and they were like $80. Right, so I'm like, fuck that. Like, so yeah, I just
was it name brand or was it like some knockoff from
SanDisk?
Oh, really?
Yeah, swear to God. They have knockoffs and shit, but I guess those are like you can tell that the knockoffs from what I've read.
Right.
But super, yeah. So you got to do so that's why I didn't get to use it right away. So I'm like, all right, bet. Then I couldn't see the fucking. So I'm like, damn, I can't see this shit, especially even when I'm doing my little videos, my little comedy things. I can't see. It's like too small. So then I say, all right, well, now I got to buy this fucking thing, and it was on sale. It wasn't crazy.
That was also an Amazon purchase?
Almost all this shit except for the computer that I had to buy today, which is a vicious computer.
It looks pretty sexy, man.
It's like got the lights and shit.
Yeah, it's like a plexiglass side. It's got some crazy spinning lights going on the inside.
I knew. So I told you. So my old laptop, it wasn't powerful enough to handle the 4K. I guess these video files are super big and shit, and it takes. So I guess what happens is video editing is one of the most taxing things you can do to a computer. It's just thinking so much. There's so much going on, and you're trying to do it real time, right? So and if your computer can't handle it, if you don't got enough memory, and I've been doing so much reading on like the RAM and what that means, and I didn't know what the shit means.
So what happens when you play? It just like lags, or you get like
that's all
breaks
it was. So
or pauses, or
like it wouldn't smoothly play.
I gotcha.
Yeah, because it was just too fucking big. So I'm like, God damn it. So but what's the point of having the 4K camera just to record it on the low shit?
Right.
Right? Because this has the capability of recording at fucking SD. But I'm like, what's the point? I'm not going to. I'd
rather spend $2,500 to record on
phone.
SD. Right. Yeah.
So I'm saying, well, goddamn. So I'm like, all right, well, so my computer was not that it's shit. It's just not for that.
Right.
This is like professional grade shit that I'm doing. Right. So it's like, all right. So I went and got the. I'm thinking, so they got these things called SSD. You know what that is?
No.
I didn't know what it is either.
No.
It's a solid state drive.
Okay. I don't know what that is either, though.
So it's like
Thank you.
So it's like
for making me feel stupid in front of everybody.
People who know about this about to be this fucking idiot. Because
these fucking idiots.
These two fucking idiots. So I guess it's like another way to when you put for instance, the program, you could put it on the solid state drive as opposed to the internal hard drive.
Okay.
So then your computer's not using all of its energy to get it. It has like two different sources where it's using the energy.
I gotcha.
So it's not so taxing.
It's a team effort.
It's like a team. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like a team effort. And I guess the technology is a little bit better where I guess in a hard drive, there's like a disk and there's like an arm that's reading shit. And this has some new technology, which I don't know, but I just know it's like a faster way. A guy at work who's going to be on the podcast eventually, he told me a good way to think about it, it's like a file cabinet. He's like, so it's easy. You go in there, you find it, get it out. Whereas opposed to the hard drive is a disk.
I gotcha.
So I'm like, okay. So that's a thing, man. I had no fucking idea.
What's with the candy cane cord? Did that come with it? Was that an
No,
Amazon purchase?
that was on sale.
Did you paint that yourself?
No, it was on sale like around Christmas time.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Well,
you got a couple of them. Shit, I didn't realize there was one right next to me on the floor.
So first of all, they're like 25 feet, nice, high, like heavy duty extension cords, right?
Extension cords are expensive. The longer
they were like $2 for $5, and I think it's because they were candy cane color.
Shit, I almost want one because it's candy cane.
I mean, they look ridiculous and they totally stand out, but it gets the job done. Like
that was like a post-Christmas sale, probably.
Yeah,
right?
it was totally a post-Christmas sale, but it's totally like I needed it, and I got two of them because it was like literally two for like something stupid. It was like $7 for two, 25 foot. I was like, have to do that.
Yeah, right.
Because you ever use the cheap ones from like the dollar store?
Yes, I have.
They they don't connect. Like
right.
They'll just fall out. Like
right.
Whereas these are, you can tell they just ugly.
There's a joke there somewhere, but yes.
They just So I don't know, man. I'm like super excited about this podcast. I was already.
Plus, I gotta say, man, I like the new setup. I like how you angled it.
Yeah, right. It makes more sense.
Yeah, a little more room back here. It feels good. I mean, no one can open the front door.
Yeah, you can't get in the front door. I guess we can figure out something though, and I think I can probably get some lights. So I want to get. Oh, let me show the people. Hold on. The people to see those shoes.
Oh.
I was going to put them up there, but it was like bigger than a laptop. Fucking shoes bigger than a laptop. But I want to show the people.
Ooh.
I think there's a way that I can, put this on the fucking Adobe Pro. But these are the shoes that Nick Wecheck bought me, and hopefully I can see it. It says Caresnone. You probably can't see it from this far. I think.
Let me see that.
Yeah,
let me verify.
So remember, it was only 7 letters, so he can only do that. But it's very clearly what the fuck he was trying to do.
That's awesome.
Right? That was a gift, bro.
Jeez,
That's
man.
a hell of a gift, man. I guess supposedly he does this. He goes ham for whoever does it. Whoever he gets for the Secret Santa,
Right.
is getting clutched.
That's cool.
But what he does, he makes you work for it though. So he gave me these. I think I told you, but so there was these cards, right?
Like instructions, like how to get the gift.
No, yeah, pretty much. It was
Like a scavenger hunt?
Scavenger hunt.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, and at first I'm thinking, because I'm not.
That's a lot of work, man, for a fucking Secret Santa.
I'm thinking it's a. I'm like, really? And my
Like,
first
you go
thought
to a
was
store, like, what's on sale?
My first thought was like, really, bro? You about to have me working out here for a fucking bottle of whiskey?
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. But it was like, it was fun, and people were following me. And everyone's like, no, you, trust me. Everyone kept saying, trust me. I'm like, all right, was it Jack Daniels? Like, I like Jack. And it ended up being a fucking phenomenal fucking gift. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate it. I know you listen, so thank you. But so I think I want to do a different setup though. I don't like this.
What would you? I mean, what would you want to change? I mean, this is cool.
Yeah, but I'm thinking for like the 3. It's gonna.
Oh, right.
I gotta figure something out for the 3. But the good thing about this camcorder, I can finagle shit. So I can like put it back because it's 20 times zoom. Like it's 4K 20 times zoom. So I can literally put it in the back and we can do some shit. So I want more of. I want to say
triangle.
Maybe triangle. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna need help. I need to figure this shit out.
What do they have on ESPN First Take? It's like a triangle.
It's almost like this,
or it used to be, right?
But the thing is it wide enough too?
Right.
So we might have to do it the other way, and buy something bigger so wide, and then have the camera this way and get the lights that way. So, but it's like super lit in here. I got the lights popping. I want to get some shit.
So I'll just be sitting down on the couch, just lounging.
Yeah. So I was thinking about the couch. The couch it's too like, what's the word I'm looking for? Where you like too like loungy.
Too lax, too loungy.
Yeah, I don't want that. And I heard like for long term, that's not good for your back. Now maybe us little our joints aren't that bad for that, but Rogan's like, we did the couch for a hot minute, and it goes, man, you gotta. The best way to do it is get those aerodynamic chairs.
That's what you were saying before.
And like again, shit's expensive. It's like fuck.
Right.
And I want to buy everything.
Well, that's why I kind of like last time when we were here with the Eric, man. I like the ability to stand up because I felt like I almost feel like standing up is comfortable.
Let's give it a shot for a little bit.
There you go.
Shit,
Just
Caresnone.
Just these microphones.
So how's it? Oh, but see, look. No, you know what? Fuck it. But you gotta keep talking though.
I'm still talking. So Chris is now taking off his Beats headphones. I'm gonna give you the play-by-play. He is shammering up to the camera, and he's making a little adjustment here, zooming out with his 20 times zoom, 4K, $2,500 camcorder. That was good, yeah. So now I got the top of my head. Everyone can see my 40-year-old head and what a great head of hair it is.
Maybe the standing is the thing. Is that what we should do? Should we do the standing?
I don't know. I feel good standing because these stools, they're cool to start with, but they start hurting my ass after a while.
Well, you ain't got a big fat ass like
I don't. I got a very little ass.
Shit, maybe we should be. But standing for an hour, how would that feel?
Well, I don't know. Let's stand for a couple minutes.
We're gonna stand for a few minutes then. All right.
And see how we feel.
But see, now I gotta fix all this shit. People like, we don't give a fuck about your goddamn stands, nigga. Talk.
Well, we're trying to figure things out.
Hey, that's the good thing about this. Y'all growing with us.
That's right.
You're growing with us.
He said this was episode 10, or 9. We don't even know.
I really don't know.
I think it's 9.
Because 8 was the one. It was going to be 9. Yep.
Right.
It was definitely going to. Again, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
So this is episode 10, but episode 9 that is being aired.
Yeah, it's fucked up. That's really fucked up.
That's all right. We always know we got one in our back pocket.
I don't know how I feel about the standing.
No? You don't feel comfortable?
I don't know. You feel pretty good, though?
I feel good. You know what? I feel good physically because sitting sometimes and with my little ass situation, plus I got like things in my pocket, man. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, that
At least you don't got the fucking, I got a guy from work has the George
the Costanza wallet with all the
joke.
receipts? No, yeah, that's too much.
So that he walk around like this and shit.
He's got scoliosis.
All right, well, I think we can end this one.
That's it?
Yeah.
Come on, where are we at?
39.
39? You go over and out.
Do you have another topic?
I'm good if you're good.
We're good. I don't want to just talk if we got another. Unless you have a topic.
I don't have anything particular I want to talk about, no.
So there you go. Oh! I got something.
Never mind. Wait a minute.
Something.
Hold up.
I got something.
Hold up.
Crab legs.
Ooh. I got a thing or two to say about crab legs.
I made
Sure.
crab legs the other day, and restaurants are ripping motherfuckers off. bad.
Not by, you think so?
$73 I spent.
Okay.
Which is a lot. And I feel like I was at an all-you-can-eat crab buffet.
But how okay, so for $73, how many what was the poundage you got in crab legs?
I don't know, man. I don't know the poundage, but what I would say is it was $29.99 for a pound.
Okay.
Alaskan King.
Alaskan King.
And
were they the good Alaskan King, like the thick, like baby arm Alaskan Kings, or the chintzy?
Or like the black penis ones. These are like the black penis ones. They were big.
I don't know what we're talking about now. And when I said baby arm, I mean you think of a baby's arm, man.
I mean that's what that. I be hey, but look at my baby arm, baby.
Well, see, so we're talking about the same thing, but you just had to go and you had to go ahead and make it racial.
Well, no. See, no. Okay, somebody off topic, but a good point. If I make a joke, that says, "Why you mess with me because I'm black?" Oh, like I'll say a comment like in a joking manner, and very obviously I'm joking. Man, you're just saying that because I'm black. They call me racist.
I'm not calling you racist. I just said you made it racial.
No, that's fair. But I have been called racist. Like, oh man, why you always being racist? I'm like, how is that being racist when I'm making a joke? First of all, but the joke that you're the one being racist that doesn't make sense. I feel like that's always happened to me. Because I do make a lot of those jokes. It's an easy joke.
It is an easy joke, and I'm
doing it in good intent, so no one's like offended and shit. It's super easy. But then people say, "Why you always got to be racist about it?" Like racist to me. What does racism mean to you? Now to get a little serious, what does racism mean to you?
What does racism mean to me? Racism is when I guess it's when you're just being. When you're saying stupid shit and not being what is racism?
Hey, Google.
What is
racism?
Here's the definition of racism: prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism directed against someone of a different race based on the belief that one's own race is superior.
Yeah, so it's just like, I'm black and I'm better than you because you're not black.
Right. So that's racism.
But why y'all fucking with me because I'm black? How does that make me racist?
No, that doesn't.
Right, but I get that all the time. It's joking, and even they're joking. So, but they always say it. So there's probably some truth in it. They think that I'm the one. Now it's racial.
Racial, right, but not racist.
So if somebody goes, why you always bring the race into it? That's a different argument.
Right.
But when you say, man, stop being racist, I'm like, if anything, motherfucker, you racist. But I wasn't even trying.
But I guess it could be racist if you're talking about your big black dick as a thing of superiority to other races. I mean, that's what they were just saying.
Would you say that I was saying it as a superiority? You talked about a baby arm.
There was an inflection of superiority.
no, that's how you took it, my man. This is what you said. You said a baby arm.
So
and then I said, are we talking about black dicks? We could have been talking about white dicks. I just chose to say black dicks. But I wasn't necessarily.
Right, you chose to say black dicks because you feel that they're superior to white dicks.
I mean, I do. But listen. Okay, that's a great topic. Because, I have had my
I guess we're not done.
Well, I've had my fair share of
white dick.
Oh, no. No. I've had my fair share of Caucasian females.
Uh-huh.
I've never had Asian.
Oh,
you're talking like it's like a seafood, like it's a takeout.
Right.
Yeah, you ever had Mexican? I love Mexican.
I love Mexican.
No. But I've typically
try the curry. It's very spicy.
And I wonder, I never had. You ever had curry?
I've had curry.
Yeah, really?
Wait, what are we talking? Wait, are we talking about dishes?
No, I'm talking. Yeah, no.
I have never slept with an Indian woman.
Okay, I wonder what that'd be like.
Spicy. But I had a friend.
What did he say? He said it was spicy?
Spicy.
I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what that means.
Said it tasted different.
Like he ate her pussy?
Yeah.
He said it tasted like curry.
I wonder if on this 4K camera you can see how red I'm getting right now.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like the resolution.
Fuck, my wife's listening to this.
No,
what are you talking about the friend? I know it wasn't.
Yeah,
Still, man.
You.
She's like, why are you talking about that?
So I've heard a lot. Now, this is what I've heard. I don't personally know this, but this is what I've heard. A lot of white ladies, at least that I have been with, who probably tend to fuck with more blacks now, say that blacks, and not even just sexually, tend to be more aggressive. Now, you know me. I'm pretty fucking aggressive.
Well, it's not because we've had sex. It's because you've told me.
I told you. No. So
let's just be fucking clear.
So I've been told this, and I'm wondering. I've heard a lot of women say that. A lot of white women say blacks tend to be more assertive with the go get itness. Now, what have you heard, or would you consider yourself assertive in that situation? Like,
you know what? It really, I feel, depends on the mood. I mean, I can certainly get to that level if I'm feeling that level, but I mean, I also don't mind taking things slow and being a little bit more in the love-making sense.
You still make love?
I'm married, sir. I make love all the time. Unless I'm feeling aggressive, Chris.
I almost feel like nowadays that's like, at least in my experience, that's kind of gone away. And not even that I wouldn't necessarily want to. It's that it's almost like I get a lot of why don't you just fuck me already kind of situation. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, maybe when you're not. I mean, I'm not trying to take away anything from situations, but maybe in certain situations, being in a relationship versus just, picking someone up at a bar and just ground and pound, man. Like, I mean, sure. I mean, I think that's more kind of like you meet someone in the moment and you're just hot and physical in the moment. And that's kind of what you want, I think, is you kind of want that aggression. But I feel sometimes more in your relationship, I think you want both. You want to be loved on. You want to maybe take things a little slow, maybe feel love, feel a little sensual and kind of that stuff. But then also have the option that when it gets to that point within that sensuality of also the ground and pound.
Well, from what I know, women definitely like that more than us men do.
Which one?
Like women tend, from what I've gathered, they need a little bit more of that lead up. That they're more into that. I
think they like it both. I like it both. Why wouldn't they like it both?
Well, when it comes to actual intercourse with me,
yes,
I'm ground and pound. However,
all the time.
That's kind of once my dick is in, I'm trying to go there. However,
there's a pause.
The lead up to it and the after, I'm definitely down with doing the cuddle shit, the fun shit. I'm not trying to leave right away type of thing. So I'm wondering if that is why I've gotten away with that over these years, where girls aren't really like, hey, he's not making love to me no more. Is because, well, we just kind of cuddled and just kicked it for 3 hours, had great conversation. We talked and we laughed. I got horny and I fucked the dog shit out of you.
Such a sweet man.
And then I stopped doing that. And then I nut or whatever. And then I do that. And then I'm back to being like, and now I'm laughing and we're having a good time. And I'll cuddle you, I'll hug you up. And I actually enjoy that part too.
Right. And I think that's great.
But I'm talking about like the whole, like, I remember growing up, we used to put on some Tyrese. You ever fucked a Tyrese?
I don't know what a Tyrese is.
Tyrese, like the singer, the R&B singer from back in the day. Maybe that's a black thing, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe it's a cultural thing.
There you go. Hey! Circling back.
It's a cultural thing.
After we get off this podcast, not that we're going to have sex, but maybe play some...
I mean, let's not rule anything out.
I do want another whiskey. Maybe play some Tyrese or something. So I'm sure I know who he is. Or I'm sure I've heard his songs.
Or the type of music, like 90s R&B.
Yeah. I'm sure I can almost probably picture it, and I'm sure I've heard it.
Like Boyz II Men, but...
Not Boyz II Men.
Because Boyz II Men got a couple hits, but I'm talking like 5 years, like later.
Before or later?
Later.
Okay.
And I remember I used to love, and I still love this, but like no one requires it almost. It was almost a requirement when I was like 20. If you wanted to get into the draws, you had to like throw the hits on.
Okay.
You had to kind of like ease your way in there a little bit.
Maybe it is a culture thing. I don't know if I've ever had I don't have like a go-to soundtrack or a go-to thing to.
You don't got a playlist?
I don't have a playlist.
Oh, I got a playlist literally called Fuck.
I believe you.
I swear to God.
I'm laughing because I believe
it's called
Fuck.
Wait, it's called Fuck. And it's got all the hits.
How is it spelled? Fuck. Is it like F period U period?
No, F-U-C-K. Just good old fashioned.
Just good old fuck.
Is it all P-H-U-C-Q?
Is it all capital?
No, that's probably all undercase.
So it's not even aggressive in the title.
No. So it's
maybe you're a gentle lover underneath, and you just don't even know it. You're just trying to.
But I'm telling you, I love to fuck vicious. It's my thing.
You're just kind of scaring me right now, man. Like, I don't know what that means.
Did I ever tell you about did we talk about the finishing move?
You've talked about the finish.
On air?
No, I don't know. You know what? I think we might have hinted around it a couple
All
times.
right, well, in case we haven't, I'm
I
about
don't
to bring
think
it
you're.
up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The finishing move. So
You know, this is perfect because you're on video now too, so you can also demonstrate the finishing move.
that's right. So here's the
But you can
finishing
demonstrate it while I'm over the fuck
move.
here.
All right. No, I'm going to demonstrate with you. All right, so here's the finishing move.
I just don't want. I want to give you space.
All right, okay, got my space. All right, so you're doing your thing and you do whatever you positions. You know, I'm more of like I flip and when the doors are closed, it's my world. I tell every girl I'm ever with, if we get to that point, if you're lucky to get to that point with me, it's my world. I control shit. Just the way it is. And 99% of them are like, I like that. I'm like, all right, bet.
All right, bet.
So I'm flipping and leg up and this, that, and that. But when I feel like I'm coming closer to that, literally coming, when I think I'm getting close to the coming part, I get to doggy style because I'm a black man, I like butt. Most of us like butt, but blacks definitely like it. You like boobs or butt?
I like it all, man, but I'm
Yeah,
more of
if
a
you had
butt
to
guy.
pick
More
one.
of a butt guy.
Yeah, you got a little black in
Hey, well,
you. So
hopefully not too much.
So I get doggy style, right? And then I get their arms like this, right? And then I like lean back. And then with their body weight forward, but then me leaning back and they're like literally like this. And I'm just, and I have to finish to that. And I'm just fucking jackrabbit.
Are you
right?
making that face?
It's probably way uglier. And I just don't know what I can like a wild grizzly bear. And hold on, and she's going fucking ape shit. She's like, and then if you can get the same time, that is epic finishing move.
Finishing move.
That's the finishing move. So hey, y'all can use that as trademark, so don't even worry about it. that will make them come back 100%. But you can't do that if they're not on birth control. No, I'm serious. I can't do it to everyone because that situation's fucked up.
Oh, so you're finishing.
I'm finishing in or a condom because you gotta practice safe sex.
Oh, of course.
You
We're
gotta
not
practice
savages.
fucking animals in here.
Right.
So
Clearly, it's 2020.
but you can't do that unless you know. I know some people are literally they have stockpiles of the day after, morning after pills. Isn't that fucked up?
That is fucked up.
Isn't that like? But the girls pop them like M&Ms.
I don't want to get pregnant.
Just fucked up.
I just met this guy at 3rd Street last night. I don't need that.
Man, condoms? Okay. You're a married man, so I know it's a little different.
I am a married man.
You're a married man, so obviously, and you have a kid, you're supposed to not have you having the condoms.
Right.
When's the last time you actually physically seen a condom? How many years?
Like, seen
Not
one in
even
the
like at a
sense.
store. Like,
Seen
okay.
one in the sense that I had to roll one on.
Both questions. When's the last time you actually seen one in your vicinity?
Yeah, I
Right?
fuck, man. I can't even tell you. I don't know. I don't know.
Right, why? Because you're not out there. Like
I'm not out
so
there. I'm not out there seeing condoms.
Yeah, right.
I mean, plus I'm what? I'm pushing 40 here, so it's not like my friends are like, "Hey, man, I'm about to get lucky tonight. Like, show me their lucky condom in their wallet." Like,
and
no.
they bust out the 7.
Yeah, right?
I
Like-
would say Magnums, but I would just say Lifestyles.
You know what? Actually, okay. The last time, fuck off. Racist son of a bitch. So in my apartment, when I first moved out, we had in my apartment. I lived with 4 guys. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. 2 guys to a room, and there was a communal cookie jar, an alligator cookie jar. That every time you open it up, it went, those sure is some tasty cookies. And inside that
Really?
cookie jar was condoms.
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
Right? So anytime one of us opened up the jar to get a condom, like we all heard that. Like throughout
How long ago was this?
Shit, man. I
It
mean,
was like the 80s or something?
yeah, go fuck off. No, this was at least 92.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. This is I don't know what.
Like high school?
I moved. No, this is after high school. So I moved out when I was like 19 years old. So this was probably 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. Yeah, somewhere early 2000s. But anyway, we had the cookie jar, condoms, whatever, blah blah. When we all moved out, I kept the cookie jar just because I thought I was the one who bought the cookie jar for the.
So you bought it for that situation?
Yeah. Because I just thought it was fucking funny.
So where'd you buy it? And then was that your thought? Like that'd be good to put the condoms in there?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Because it wasn't funny as a
communal
cookie jar.
a communal condom jar?
Well, when you had 4 guys living in an apartment,
Nah,
you
yeah,
know, who the
it's
hell,
just
you know,
hilarious.
working in the restaurant industry, like I don't know, like it just
What are you trying to say? People in the restaurant industry fuck?
yeah.
There you go.
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
I concur.
I concur. So when we all moved out, whatever, I kept the cookie jar.
You stick were you sticking your pen and company ink?
I might have.
We talked about this.
I might have
already.
dabbled.
Yeah. wait.
I met my wife at the restaurant that I worked.
Wait a minute. I'm sitting my ass down.
Yeah, sit your ass down. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
So when we moved out, I took the cookie jar.
My fault. I was a little worried that I don't feel like it's not too bad
Yeah, no, we're all good.
because I'm like 8'9" and you're.
I'm short because I'm white. Yeah, I got you.
No.
Whatever. Yeah, no, it's fine, man,
All
it's
right,
fine.
all right, good.
Oh, here. What if I say it like this?
No. I think it still works.
All right. Yeah, because now I'm almost as tall as you. Took the cookie jar, and then recently, I mean, I had it packed up in boxes, whatever. It's been following me from place to place to place. Excuse me, burped. And I never opened up this box. And then recently, within the last 2 years, I had the box in my basement, the house that my wife and I, live at. And I was going through some boxes, and I opened up this box, and I found the cookie jar. And in that cookie jar was...
Do you still have the cookie jar?
Oh, I still have the cookie jar. Like,
Hey, let me get that cookie jar.
15-year-old condoms, man. So the last time
Wait, the condom's still in there?
there were still condoms in there. Yeah.
They probably all dry.
Oh, I'm sure.
I'd still use them. Fuck it.
Maybe.
Caresnone.
Maybe I'll bring the jar by. Bring the condoms by for you. You can test them out.
Yeah, real talk.
Those lifestyles.
Oh, never mind. That's how you get pregnant. You got to have the correct fit.
The correct fit.
Yeah, the correct fit. You got to have the correct fit.
Yeah, I need the micro ones.
Yeah. Oh, you like the kind from the
restaurant.
and
The finger cots.
The finger cots.
Fuck off.
I tell you one thing. Condoms are hideous. They really they stop all the feeling. It sucks. Even the girls don't like them. The girls don't like them, which don't make sense to me. Like what? Like I would think. I don't know. Why is it to me? Why do I think that it would be worse for guys and not girls? But girls are like, yeah, they hate them too.
Why do they hate them? We need to get a girl on here sometime for her.
I got a girl, Carly. Shout out Carly. She watches. She's a huge supporter.
Hey, Carly.
Cute little number from work.
Hey, Carly.
Super dope, super opinionated, she's going to be on very soon. Hopefully, I got the camcorder now. She was like, so I told her, I was like, I'm about to get the camcorder popping. And she goes, oh, now I got to actually do my makeup and shit. Well, yeah, motherfucker, yeah. You can't be on my shit looking like a bum. Get your shit together.
Come on, Carly.
No, I got a couple people that definitely want to get on. My girl Amber wants to get on. My boy Mark, he wants to get on.
Wait a minute.
Cheers, done.
Sorry, Mark.
No, I love Mark. First off, I'm gonna just say this here for anybody who knows me personally. I know a lot of people, some people in Africa, and I get people all over the world listening to this. It's crazy. It's awesome.
Shit.
But if you do know me personally and you live close, I'm doing something on Saturday for my birthday. Some dinner, and I might do Rosemont. I think I'm gonna do Rosemont Adobe for my birthday. Just throwing it out there. No, mostly don't do it. No, listen. I already know.
I got my soft opening on Saturday, man. I'm gonna be out.
Yeah, I'm talking about Saturday night, but it is what it is. But I'm just not for you, but whoever.
Oh, so his co-host wasn't invited. You guys all heard that.
No,
No, not for you. For all these people from all over the world that I expect to travel in overseas and out of the country.
You got a kid and shit. You got life. You got this soft. I just get it.
Yeah, fine. All right.
You're definitely welcome. I just know this name. It won't be your. It won't be your scene.
No, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what people say.
You don't like to dance?
I love to dance.
I cut a rug. I don't know about you.
That's right, man. I'm a great dancer.
I've never seen you even the first time you did the little shimmy just here was
Where the fuck have we ever been that you would even have an opportunity to see me
3rd
dance?
Street.
What? What?
They got a jukebox. They got the touch tunes or whatever you call it.
Yes, they do.
I put the tunes on sometimes.
All right. Put on some Lizzo, man. I'll drop some beats.
So what do you know about that? I heard everyone's all pissed off that she didn't win anything.
What are you talking about?
So you said Lizzo, right?
I did say Lizzo. Was there something where she should have won something?
Well, there was like
again, I don't have live TV, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
Well, I
going
don't
on.
have live TV either, but I'm a scroll. I scroll. I'll be taking a shit.
So was there like a music award show or
it was
something?
like the big one, the Grammys.
Oh, the Grammys?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's that Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. What does he do?
Is that a he?
Is it a he? It's not a he.
I really thought it was a chick.
Oh, I don't know. I've never heard. I don't know what a Billie Eilish is.
Is Billie Eilish a man or a woman?
Sorry, I'm not sure how to help with that.
I know the transgender
See?
thing, the pronouns. I get it. Google's like, I'm not touching
You're
that.
right. I'm playing it safe.
Hey, Google, who is Billie Eilish?
According to Wikipedia, Billie Eilish pirate Baird O'Connell is an American singer and songwriter. She first gained media attention in 2016.
What'd you say, he?
The song,
I heard Billy. I don't know. I'm used to Billy being a man.
Well, you can't say that nowadays, man. You can't fuck with the pronouns no more.
Cares none. I don't fucking know, man. You know, fucking walk on eggshells.
How do you feel about that?
Which part?
The pronouns and
I don't get it, but like, I mean, I want to be respectful to people that, you know, but I mean, I guess I don't know what I don't understand it, so maybe I sound archaic in saying so.
right. So are we just old and not hip, or to me it's like you got tits and ass. You're either that. Now I would argue this.
You know what? In the new restaurant that we're opening, like our bathrooms say, I mean, it's got the man on the bathroom, the woman on the bathroom, and the half man, the half woman. It says all gender bathroom.
Shut up.
Yeah, first restaurant I've ever worked at that I've seen that.
And now you can go in and multiple people can go in.
So there is a men's bathroom and then there is a woman's bathroom, but then there is an all gender bathroom.
Really?
Yeah, but no urinal. So I feel like it's just a bathroom.
Huh. Okay, so my restaurant, we have unisex bathrooms, all individual. We have I want to
Right? Yeah.
I want to say it's five or six individual. So people always ask like, where the washroom? They're like, just any door on the left. They're like, what? Really? I'm like, yeah, it's unisex.
Right.
Which it's kind of fucked up because females are disgusting.
Oh yeah, because guys there's piss all over the place when you
Piss is a lot cleaner than some of that other shit.
Fair.
Piss is sterile. You can drink that shit if you had to.
Yeah, but when you see it all over the floor and all over the seat and all over to everything, I mean that's gross. You don't.
Yes.
You
No.
don't, you
So
don't,
I will give you that. That's his fact.
You don't see that
Do
in a
you put
woman's
the
bathroom.
Do you put the toilet seat down?
When I piss?
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Do you put it up and then put it back down?
Yeah, I use my foot though.
I'm talking about at home.
So it depends on my mood or how drunk I am.
So sometimes you will leave it up.
No, I'll always put it down if I put it up, but sometimes I'll be too lazy and I'll just sit because I'm drunk and I just don't feel like standing. I'll be honest. Cares none. I'll sit sometimes to piss. Do you don't sit to piss? Or no, I'm sorry. Your big black dick probably just dangles in the fucking toilet water.
Yeah, I told
man.
you it touches the turds.
Yeah.
And then you can catch something.
Right, from your own shit. Then you need to go see a doctor, motherfucker.
I've never sat purposefully without being sick to take a piss. I've never done that. I've always probably I was either sick and I was like, bro, I can't even stand. I'm so like if I have the flu or some shit, and I'm like, fuck. And then I would sit down, or I thought I had the shit, pissed, didn't shit, and then got up.
I gotcha.
But I've always kind of stood up. Now I don't listen. There's probably some archaic shit like, oh, you're only. I don't know, because I bet you a lot of people listening to this will be like, oh, you some kind of bitch, and then it's but people thought slavery was a thing so many years ago, so we can change these thoughts. You know what I'm saying? But
how are you equating pissing to slavery?
I'm talking about the thought process of, is it okay to sit and piss or versus not to sit and piss?
Gotcha.
Whereas some people will listen to this and say, "What do you're not a man if you sit down to piss?" Some people, I guarantee, believe that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Right? But some people would also have said 50 years ago, or more than that, 100 years ago, that blacks aren't people or women aren't people.
Well, I mean, you could argue like, okay, so
that's not my point.
I mean, I sit down to piss. I mean, so what? I am a man, and I want to sit down to piss. So fuck you. I'm a man. I'm going to sit down to piss.
No,
fuck what you got to say.
I'm not judging.
Come at me, bro. Come at me.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying I can see how some, but again, who gives a fuck?
No, yeah, whatever.
I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. But I personally don't. But I also, so I don't sit down to piss, but I do put the seat down every time. And because I live with myself and I have my own, and my grandmother raised me she got me so young and she was on that.
Right.
She was so like, you're going to be dependent. You're never going to need a woman. So she taught me a lot of the female shit because it was just her.
Right.
So she gave me, and this is such a, I know we're getting on an hour in a little bit, but it's really hard, at least in my thought, for a woman to raise a man. You could do a good job of raising a good human who's who's accommodating to women, who treats women well, but I really don't. Women aren't men, so how can you like? Women don't have masculinity for the most part. Like maybe there's some that have that, whatever. But majority of women, in my opinion, are feminine women. So
unless they're transgender women,
right. Unless you got that's what I'm saying. You got that 1%. But I just read a stat, not read on Joe Rogan's podcast, that the transgender community is like less than 1%. But that was like a huge thing in like the whole country. But they're like less than 1%. Hey Google, what percentage of Americans are transgender?
Here's what I understood from Wikipedia. A different survey in 2016 from the Williams Institute estimated that 0.6% of U.S. adults identify as transgender. Do you
So
want a
less
little
than
more
1%.
context?
So that's what I'm saying. But remember how big of a thing that is?
Mainstream media, man.
Isn't that crazy?
Pushing the narrative.
Less than 1%. I bet you there's more fucking all
If you
kind of
say
crazy.
so.
Wait. Hey Google.
What you say?
What did you just say?
Sure, if you say so.
Oh, you got an attitude, motherfucker. Okay. I love Google. No, but it's super interesting because it's like my grandmother, who did a great job of raising me. And now I think it's fair to say she raised a nice young man.
Clearly. I agree.
I believe that. And talking to her, and it's so funny. I think we talked about this maybe before. I see where I get my mindset from. Like on like all fronts. She's always on, like, she'll call me like, I'm on some new shit. And I'll be like, oh, and even if I don't agree with it, but she's on some new shit just like I'm always on some new shit. So like I respect it now more than ever. I'm like, oh, shit, that's where I get it from. She's always like, oh. Now the one thing I don't like about her, not her, but what she's doing, she's about to be 70. And she's still trying business ventures. And it almost comes off as get rich quick schemes.
I gotcha.
And it's like, Mom, like, your passion. So she's, you know who she's really good at? I don't know if you ever saw this picture. She's a phenomenal interior decorator.
No, I saw that video you took of walking through her place.
Like she's
and her shit
phenomenal.
was on
point.
Yeah, no, very much so.
And what her niche would be awesome at is doing it on a budget because she is broke. You know what I'm saying? Ma, I love you. You're broke. You're broke as shit. But she knows how to piece it together. Now I only can imagine like if once I get some real money and I say, Ma, here's 20 grand. Hook me up. Just make it look good. I trusted so without a thought. I know she would clean it up and she would still know how to make it so it's not too feminine. She'd make it masculine, but she's good at that. I'm like, Ma, you got what, 20 years left? You should be going after that because that's what you enjoy to do. That's what she gets her Picasso on and it's like it's like not even a second thought and she enjoys it. And she actually went to school. She went to college for like art. She's like super into that, but she's like trying to do these other things and. What she's onto now is actually kind of dope. She's trying to get me onto it. And I was like, Ma, look, I got my dream. I'm on it. So like, if you want me to be on that, like, I'll be honest, I'm not going to give it the fair amount of time because that'll be taking away time from what I want to do. Right. She's trying to get into some new shit where people who get like foreclosed on their homes or something happened with their homes, there's like back money that people getting fucked over that ends up going to the government, but she somehow knows a way to find this money to give it back to them, and she gets a percentage of it, which is super noble because like somebody gets kicked out of their home, but they still owe 15 grand and they don't know it, and then I come knocking at your door, hey, I got 10 grand for you. Right. I'm gonna get 5 of it because
here's $13.50.
Right. So if somebody who needs that's actually super fucking noble. Like it's super kind of dope actually. So and we were talking actually yesterday about. The most successful people find a way to give back. I really believe that, and she believes that too. And I was like, man, I believe that too. And I think why all this shit will work is because my genuine thought behind it is I want people to get a value from it. I want people to get something from this. I want people to learn from.
Well, they all got your finishing move tonight, so they got.
No, that's a good one. Hey, y'all, I'm telling y'all, hey, what's the? I'm not liable for pregnant, because you will get women pregnant.
You told everyone to practice safe sex.
You have no. This one you have to because the only way it works is when you know you're about to come. So and you can't, or you're just super disciplined. But woo,
it's hard to pinch and pull in that when you got both your hands wrapped around the wrist.
You know how hard that is.
I don't. I can imagine though. It sounds hard.
I don't want to get too deep, but like, are you still at that point where you can just let off?
What do you mean?
I'm trying to be respectful. Like you can still like.
Why are you trying to be respectful now?
Well, I don't think I'm talking about you personally.
Oh,
Like when you're taking care of business with the loved ones in your life.
Yes,
I'm trying to clean this up. Are you safe to just be you, or are you like you still have to play that game?
well, it depends on what we're trying to do. I mean, when we're not trying to have a kid,
So then you have to be on your shit.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
good. That's the point that I'm making.
We're
is that-
not on birth control at the
All
house.
right. Yeah.
So we have to be careful with what we're doing.
So shit still could happen.
Still, yeah, of course, shit
that's
still
just
could
life.
happen.
But like if you playing the finishing move game, you better have your discipline on 10 because that shit is hard. I always say if a guy pulls out, that's one of the hardest things to me is one of the hardest things to do because of how good it feels. And I think naturally, I think instinctually, and something inside of you wants to like right. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm not even like trying to be funny.
I'm not actually. I mean, I don't know. I don't find that to be like a huge thing for me.
So
It's
you
finishing
just,
inside.
You don't. But I really.
I mean, it's not that I dislike it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like I don't find it hard to not do that.
Man,
To stop
really,
myself,
I just want to
yeah.
go.
I just want. Can you do that one more time, please?
You ever seen that John Claude Van Damme? He's like,
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Kickboxer.
yeah, is that what it's called?
Either kickboxer or what was
Like
the other
Bloodsport.
one? Bloodsport. Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Just like slow mo and the sweat's dripping off him.
If you go like this, when I nut, that's what I do every time. But it's always from the back, so the girls never see me. So they don't see.
Thank God.
Could you imagine from the front? I'm like,
But now you got this new camcorder with this huge fucking view screen.
now
so.
you know. All right, we're at 115, 112.
All right.
I think that's fair.
Hey, that's good. We almost ended this at 40 minutes. So
It was at a lull, and I've always told myself once it gets to a lull, just stop it. I didn't want to
Right.
force it, but it worked.
we found a rhythm.
But
talking about
had
something
we
sexual.
not, first of all, I'll talk about that shit all day. all day. All right, and as always, Caresnone.
Yeah. Yeah.